Hey guys, this is Jeremy from 78 Productions. I have a quick tutorial for you guys about how to make a Facebook ad. We've been talking a lot about how to do a strategy for Facebook ads, how to create Facebook pages and use them effectively, which use a Facebook ad in the strategy. I've talked a lot elsewhere about this, and a lot of people have had questions about how to effectively set up a Facebook ad that you can actually use, that has maximum reach, that has maximum impact for their Facebook page. So I want to show you that real quickly. So here we have the Facebook page. You can see it's facebook.com/advertising. There's a lot of different tips here for why this is important. A couple of case studies you might want to actually read. Now this is important that you're logged in, that you actually have your Facebook page set up and all the pages, all the tabs set up before you actually create this ad for everybody. And it's just good practice to be able to have everything set up before you put this ad out there. So if you click that, you'll actually come over to the advertisements, and this is how you actually set up the design of your advertisement, the targeting, and how much you're going to be spending. So the destination, you can click here. This is the Facebook ad or Facebook page we're going to be going to. You can specify an external URL, so if you want it to go to your own blog or something like that, you can actually specify this here. You can have your own applications if you have an application you're using, but we're going to specify our Facebook page. Now you can do sponsored stories, you can have something a little bit longer, but the Facebook ad is what we're going to go with. You can have an ad from a page post, so if you have a post that you want your latest blog article that you automatically post to your wall, comments on your Facebook page, you can do that here, but we're going to go with a new message. Now this new ad message actually specifies the content that we want to have, and it can be whatever we want it to be. The destination tab, now this is very important. A lot of people make the mistake that you should go to their timeline, their wall. Now that's fine if you want to do that. You can have just the likes, you can have just the messages, but I specify that you actually should have a custom landing page that has fan-only content exclusive for Facebook users. The reason for this is they need to have an enticement to actually want to like your page. That's my goal here, is to actually have somebody like my Facebook page. So I've created an ebook that you can actually download, and so they're going to come to this welcome page, and when they come to this welcome page, they are unable to actually download the content until they like the Facebook page. The reason for this is that it has to be in a custom landing page. You're not allowed to use Facebook to give away stuff. It has to be a custom page, and they have to actually like the page. So it's been amazing how much this Facebook ad has increased my likes, increased my reach, increased the viralness of my Facebook page. So it's a very good strategy for it to use. Now we want to put in what the text of the Facebook ad would say. So click here for a free ebook. You can specify what the image is going to be. Make sure that you do proper branding. So we have our logo here for 78 Productions. We do use a custom image here, but it still has this logo, and underneath it just says free ebook. And it's a good idea just to have that in there. So this is what the ad will be looking like for the Facebook users. It would show up over here on the side of the Facebook page, just like all the other ads. Now we can specify our target. And the important thing to remember here is how frequently do you want people to see your Facebook page. If you don't care about, for me, I'm using likes, and so if they see it more than once and they liked it the first time, then that's a waste for me. So I need to have a very broad, a very general yet focused group that I want to reach. So for me, something as generic as the United States or even the world is very good for me, because then the broad reach actually hits everybody I want. The age would be any. That you can specify the demographics of it with the gender and the precise interest. This is important to be able to use. So for me, I have an ebook that I'm giving away for ministry, for people that write on blogs, effective blogging. So I actually put all those in there: ministry, youth ministry, Christianity, blogging, ebook, all these different things, social media, and it creates a wide range. Now if you want a very specific thing that you want people to see your ad over and over again, then you want to make sure that has as few as possible. So for me, my target range actually ends up being, after all of this, some 23 million people, which is great, because if I reach 23 million people, amazing. Obviously I won't. Now, when we come down here, we specified who the target audience is going to be. We actually set up our budget. You would name the campaign, you would specify how much the budget should be. I had a $50 coupon that Facebook gave me because I reached so many likes. So I actually have that $50 lifetime budget. Once that $50 is up, it's done with the campaign. You can specify, though, a daily amount that you want to run for so long, and that's a great budget tool for you guys to use, especially startup companies, startup ministries, people that just want to spend a little bit of money for Facebook ads and marketing kind of things. So you specify how much it would be. You can specify as daily or simply as a lifetime, depending on how much people actually interact with your Facebook ad. And then you would specify how long it runs. Now here's the important part. This is where a lot of confusion happens. You can pay for impressions or pay for clicks. For pay for impressions, it's per 1,000. You can see right here. The minimum amount you would have to pay is 2 cents per 1,000 impressions. And the way it works is Facebook has an auction for all their Facebook ads. All the different ads that have ever been created come into one place, and the factors are the cost of the Facebook ad. So the maximum bid would always win. So I put 29 cents per Facebook impression, which is actually high for a startup. If you have a lot of money you want to put into marketing, that's great. 29 cents per 1,000 actually pretty high, because you get 7,000 or 8,000 per day for impressions. But the max bid for the cost of the ad goes into the auction, as well as how successful the ad is. They're not going to just put out any kind of ad out there and then not use it. So those two factors come into it. The best candidate for the ad pulls up. They do this every single time someone gets onto their Facebook page. And the difference between impressions and clicks. The impression is the fact that it shows up. The fact that you want to actually market something. So just like a commercial, you want to just show it and get it in their minds. So you want to have frequency be priority. You want that target audience to be as small as possible, to be able to hit as many people as frequently as possible. So you want to have a little bit higher maximum bid, pay for impressions. All I care about is people see the brand, see it. They don't actually have to click through. That's not as important. Now, pay for clicks for me is actually important, because I want them to click the ad. I want them to be able to come to the Facebook page, like it, and download the ebook. That for me is the important part. So I don't care if they see it and don't interact with it. I care if they actually click the ad. And so you'll see that the bids are going to be a little bit higher for something like this, but it has been so successful for me. I've only paid about $7 or $8 so far in the first 4 days. I've received almost 20,000 reach impressions, a ton of click-throughs, I think about 70 or 80 new likes. So just factor, how much is your budget going to be? Who is your target audience? What do you want the design to be? And once you set it up, once you got everything rolling, a couple days has passed, they give you quick email reminders that tell you about the campaign. How is it going? So here's our target audience reach. 29 million was our reach. And here's who we've actually hit so far. And you can see the campaign. It's a lot like the analytics tool that shows up before. There's a lot of the information down here. When you have multiple campaigns, there would be multiple lines here. It shows you who you've reached. All this great information for this. What I encourage you to do is go out there, make several different ads. We only have one, but that's because we didn't want to put money into this too much right now. But you can create several different ads with a minimum budget or maximum budget for each one of those. See which one is successful. Is it more important to have the impressions with this kind of an image? Is it better to word it like this? And just go for it. See how it works out for you. Create the best advertisements you can. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say as far as Facebook ads. Has it been successful for you? Where are your Facebook ads? And just give us some screenshots of what you guys are using down in the comments below. So we'll talk to you guys next week.